Okay, there we go. What day is it? Tuesday, November 17th. It's been like a month since I've done a walk and talk video. Not since I've walked. Forgive me, Father. It's been a month since my last confession. See what I want to confess. Well, I feel sick to my stomach. People are nuts. I hope they all fall off cliffs. Amen. How many Our Fathers do I got to do? Well, not sure if your area is moving like mine. See, the psychological tactics being taken to normalize things and to get things into people's brains. Kudos, motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Not just the normalizations of putting that fucking stupid nappy over your face and showing off your subjugation and desire to be muzzled and censored and germified by your own fucking bacterial shitload, and wallow in it. Woo! Put it under your chin while you're catching a breather. Not only have you managed to normalize that, you, like I'm talking to fucking them. I really am, really, you know, because it's their stupid platform. This is going to go up on one of them. And then you've managed to suppress any other information and rip everybody to fuck off your channels, and, you know. But the additional repetition of tactics, like, for instance, I mean, we can go with the stupid election, but, you know, clearly that should be visible to anyone with a brain, that it has completely been contrived for you to understand that it is a farce. If they were trying to really put him in there without you knowing, you wouldn't fucking know it. There wouldn't be people ripping up ballots going, look at me, hey, I work here. People being left out, hundreds of thousands of votes, just switching, all kind of craziness in your face. See, that wouldn't be. The point is to make sure, you know, everyone with half a brain realizes that there's no fucking way that crazy man could not only be elected, but that he wasn't, because look at all this evidence pointing to fraud and all kind of shit, with the media calling Biden the winner. So you got your leftists all walking around like they're the president themselves, you know, for the next month or so. And of course, you know, it wouldn't really make that much sense to put that guy in, because really most people are going to want to disobey him. And if he's pushing masks and vaccines and all these things hard, well, then you're going to have more people have more of a chance to unite around that actual issue. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really want that kind of unity. So if Trump is in there and everybody's believing that he's just being duped and it's 4G chess and don't worry and we got to do it and he says it and he's the president in law and order, those people are more likely to, you know, sit back and not rebel as much, whether they take the vaccine or not, and just start getting shut out of things. You know, those Trumpians will trust the plan, so to say. So they'll be able to, you know, kind of push things a little more with him in there. Not to mention when you overrule it in a judiciary court based on all the evidence, the loony lefties are going to go fucking crazy. Boo-wee! You know what I mean? Like a cartoon. Brr! Fucking steam coming out of their ears and shit. And then, of course, you send out the provocateurs to start your violence, and then everybody else follows. And what do you need after that? You need law and order. Yes, you do, so you can be safe. And we can usher that in with Trump, along with the warped vaccine and everything else people seem to be ignoring that he's been the president during. You know, either you're a loony lefty and think he could have... This fucking tree, man. Fell down. Either you're a loony lefty and you think, oh, this broke out because his procedural navigation of this virus was just absolutely atrocious. You know, or, you know, you're on the other side saying, you know, well, he's going to go after them. He's going to this time he promised us, and he's already talking out against it, and you know, he had the election stolen from him. Instead of really everybody taking a fucking step back and realizing, well, wait a fucking minute here. The whole thing is continuing no matter who the fuck is in there. Because, let me explain, at least around here, how they've made sure everybody feels the virus. You know, they got everybody, of course, with their tests, you know. We all understand what the PCR test is, hopefully by now. If you don't, you're just choosing not to understand that this is just genetic material magnified under a microscope to a certain amount where they could see whatever the fuck they want if they want, you know. Dead viruses, you know, I mean, again, you know, the inventor himself, Carrie Mullis, saying this is not to be used to diagnose, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to go through all that for anybody who has half a brain. If you don't have half a brain, then you're not even listening to me anyway. So, fucking, you know. But what they've done, like I said they would do in schools, is the first sign of coughs, people would need to be taken to the doctors and get tested, which parents have done. So again, my son is not in his prospective school. He's online taking courses because, you know, this is his last year, and we want him to graduate from there. He wants to, and blah, blah, blah. But he knew not to go. We knew not to send him. So what has happened is, of course, kids in the school, fine, either a little cough, fever for a day or two, you know, like you get in the fucking wintertime, coming back positive for coronavirus, for COVID. So what's happened is, you know, everybody's fucking like quarantined, and there's hardly anybody in his class now. They're all at home taking the computer class just like him, because they all had contact with someone in school, that, you know, and of course they did the same thing to my son's football team, which is now dismantled. The league is done. Someone somewhere had contact with the COVID person. Okay, so we were going to suspend practice. No, we're quarantined now. The season's over. You know what I mean? So after everything they went through to get a season, I'm, you know, thrilled they had some time to be kids and get out there and enjoy themselves. You know, my daughter's season is still going for soccer. Masks galore. I'm the only one in there without one. You know, me or my wife, and my son when he comes. He's gone a couple times, and his friends have been there. And, you know, after a few minutes, their masks come off. But, you know, they do generally leave the kids alone anyway. But regardless, you know, he's very brave to be out there doing that during a time of complete pussyhood of the world. Subjugation. Let me get my Batman mask. Let me get my Eagles mask. Let me get my Broncos mask. Let me get my Pittsburgh mask. Football season is here. I got my football mask, and I'm going into the store. Let me get it on straight while I'm in the car for my walk across the parking lot. You know, fucking mental people, man. Yeah, I know, I'm fucking weird. You know, well, you know, if you're not somehow trying to laugh during these times, you know, I don't know, you're fucking banging your head against the wall. Which, you know, I've done that too, so, you know, because this, just as it says, the truth does, divides people. It doesn't matter the familial attachment. The truth is the truth and the lie is the lie. And the division and sides are being chosen. And most people, you know, if they're truly stepping into that truth and the understanding of what's really going on here and who they are internally and how dare you, and we're not going to subjugate to this, and understanding that the, you know, consequences be damned. Hopefully in the end, enough people get this and there's freedom in the end, but I sure as fuck ain't giving my freedom up, no matter what the consequences here on Earth are for the entirety of the fucking human race, I'll tell you that. Once you're in that mindset, a division starts to take place from those around you. Friends and family, you know, particularly family, close family, you know. Thank goodness God has blessed me with people in my home having an understanding of this, because 2 years ago they didn't want to hear any of this, let alone 4 years ago and 6 years ago. But the manifestation of all this bullshit around them, plus all those years of talking about the reset and what's coming and blah, 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 they've managed to put two and two together, because they have been around someone who doesn't try to shelter them from the truth. So between obviously my wife and kids I'm talking about, and you know, my daughter's boyfriend as well, he's out there in his age group really putting himself out there with a lot of this truth, and you know, some good things have come of it. However, most people are listening to what they're being told. Oh, we're quarantined, let me go get a test. Oh, my kid has it, but he feels fine. But you know, at least we know. You know, a lot of people in my family, as far as, you know, siblings and parents outside of my own house, are all terrified, all getting tested, all terrified of everything. So the division between the understanding of truth and the giving of oneself over to the lie is manifesting. Like I said, everyone, every single motherfucker is going to have to make this choice. All by themselves, no matter who they're surrounded by, so that they feel that they're making the right choice, or no matter what perception they keep in their mind that keeps them going with this illusion that they're making the right choice. Whatever brings them to that point, the choice is being made all by themselves. And the only way to make the right choice is, of course, with knowledge, understanding of that knowledge into what is true and real, and then the manifestation of that perception in the real world through behaviors and actions. Really, what people need, especially those that know this fucking virus is bullshit, but are just capitulating to the rules because they're the rules. People need to see other people not capitulating to the rules to understand that self-respect and self-love comes for standing in what you know to be right. And not only do I have the right to understand the true science that is behind all of this and then to choose not to partake, I have that fucking right anyway. No one has the right to tell another person what to do who is not causing any kind of initiating, I should say, any kind of physical harm to another person. See, telling someone they have to put a mask on, breathe their own germs, breathe their own bacteria, limit their oxygen intake, you know, up their carbon dioxide intake, and create immune problems within themselves so that they actually get sick and then go to the doctors and then say we have to test you and then come up with fucking genetic material they call the virus. I want to say the name. I already said it, but you see, that's causing harm to another person. You don't have a fucking right to do that. No matter how scared you are because of your ignorance, let's just say it was true and it was fucking, I don't know, some goddamn crazy disease. You still don't have that right, you know? People don't want to understand that, and they want to use the strong arm of the left, the people that are wussy little fraidy cats walking around afraid of not only learning the truth, but learning, not wanting to learn why they don't want to know the truth, and dealing with their own psychological issues that keep them from wanting to know the truth and then stand in that and build courage and self-love and self-respect from that truth. They don't want to do that, let alone understand that this whole virus is bullshit and that this world could really have people that evil in it that are running it, even though just a little bit of research, you can connect a bunch of things, you know, but, you know, to at least get you on the path of saying, all right, wait a minute, there's something to look at here logically, but, you know, they can't go there. Again, this is a psychological war, and the people that are designing the attacks on humanity right now really do understand psychological states of human beings, especially the group or collective mentality. They've dedicated their lives to steering it, to owning the minds of the collective so that they can continue doing, you know, the ruling and owning of everything that they always have. So, if you haven't learned that by now, by looking at how stupid this fucking election was, looking how stupid that this virus that's 99.98%, you know, not gonna kill anybody or whatever the fucking stupid ratio is that's so ludicrous, that's just a fucking flu, like we always get every year, little cough, little fever, little chesty hurty, and then you feel better, and then you have cleared all them toxins with the temperature change and atmospheric change and environmental change with bringing in fall and winter, like happens every fucking year. And then you actually live through it with a little bit of tea and maybe a Ludens, you know, then, you know, we don't really get to that understanding, and we keep thinking, oh my God, what if I bring this home? Oh, I'm susceptible. My age is, oh my goodness, and all this fucking ridiculous shit because it says so on TV. The governor has brought the amount of people allowed to get together from 25 down to 10. We must obey the governor. Get the fuck up on out of here, man. You know, it is unbelievable what people will do out of fear and how they'll fight to keep that ignorance, even at the expense of relationships, familial relationships as well, and how the effect on that is, you know. And then, you know, people sit back and wonder how we can be ruled, you know. Oh, it's impossible. Oh my God, it's so possible and so happening. But, you know, again, I'm assuming that's happening all around this country. And other countries, of course, you know, you got people fucking standing up, you know. What was it, Denmark? Just stopped mandatory vaccine law from being signed in with 8 days of, you know, unified protesting against that issue. Not, you know, politics and masks and, you know, left-right nonsense. But people all getting together in unison, unified under this cause. No, you are not mandating this. We are not fucking having this. You know, because you're actually allowed to do that, whether or not the government or the police, you know, want you to. You're allowed to not want that shit, and you're allowed to not say concede to it and say, yeah, I put it in my body, you know. So it's it was good to see that there, you know what I mean? Where else, you know? Of course, you got France and Germany. Germany, of course, we've seen this before. They ain't fucking around. But all these places, of course, falling under lockdowns that people are, you know, not complying with as much as they were the first time. So, you know, you look around the world and you realize it's a big place. We're the dumbest country on earth, I'm sorry. Don't want to say that. I don't want that to be true. It's just, the truth is the truth, you know what I mean? And when you really understand, hey, how you doing? When you really understand, you know, what is truly going on, and you realize how dumbed down everyone has been, you know, of course, because they've been thrown over to the educational indoctrination system, but really because they've been abandoned by their parents and, you know, the parental aspects that are necessary to bring up a good, respectful, self-loving, moral, empathetic child filled with courage and righteousness, you know what I mean, in the world, self-drive, self-confidence, you know, that work parents are supposed to be doing, that most of them don't. They go, here's a phone, here's a video system, here's a TV, here's a school. I ask you questions. Okay, did you get 100? Yeah, you got 100. My kid's an A honor student. Slap that on my bumper sticker because I'm parent of the year. You know what I mean? The misconceptions that people are having, that they need to continue to cooperate with this insanity because their paycheck is attached to it. And, you know, right down to the normalcy of going into the fucking store to buy food and not really realize not only the implications health-wise, but how fucking stupid it is. They just do it. Like, people that do that without thinking and just conform without thinking and allow their subconscious to rule them are, you know, in a state of such spiritual abandonment that, you know, without true spirits like ourselves speaking and living this in the world and not concerned with not only consequences for ourselves, but really what that does to other relationships. Because again, the lie is the lie. I don't choose the lie. I won't choose the lie. So, and I actually do understand my choice, 100%. I understand the choice I am making. Unlike others that are choosing the lie and think that they understand the choice that they're making, when all they can do is spit back Channel 6 news or you know, fear-mongering fucking propaganda or inept science or you know, show off sides of their personality that let you see how psychologically inept they are and how logically They just cannot think, and you know what I mean? They can show all this to you, and they'll tell you, man, I know the truth, and I'm standing in the truth. Love Jesus, by the way, because remember when Jesus went and hid in that cave when leprosy broke out and said, fuck that, I'm not teaching anybody any of this shit no more. There's leprosy out there. Remember when he did that? Yeah, I don't fucking remember that either, you know. But, you know, just believeth in himeth and shalleth thou liveth forevereth. Yeah. Don't emulate and incorporate any of the man's words and actions into your own life from that actual point of what was trying to be made. Don't do that. Just believeth in himeth. You know, sorry. This is the world you live in. And these principles have been taught to you to embody and become. And most people are having trouble becoming courageous enough to do that, yet they're lending lots of lip service to it by their, you know, going to church or you know, pledging of allegiance to a country or whatever the fuck it may be, to you know, wearing a mask under their fucking chin, whatever it may be, to show this virtue signaling of being a true doer of good. And 99% of it all is the fucking evil at work, you know. And the little tiny 1% or less of us that do see through this facade, that are speaking out, that are, you know, pretty much fucked in the world when it comes to work or earning a living or going into a fucking store anymore or going to a concert or getting on a bus soon, are going to keep fucking talking and keep fucking speaking and keep fucking learning, and we're going to get better and better at it until we're wiped the fuck off the planet, I guess. At least that's my plan. I don't know what the fuck anybody else's plan is, but what else are you going to do, you know? You know, there's days for a little bit of escapism to keep your mind together, you know, maybe a little bit of time at night. There's things, but the reality of it is, if you're living in the world right now and you're pretending this isn't fucking happening and you're just going about your life waiting for it to go away and hoping it'll go away, and you're not seeing all the things coming in, you're allowing it to come in. Your inaction and your complacency and capitulation to it is allowing it to come in. It's being manifested by your actions or inactions. You know, those of us that, you know, continue to be the only one at a certain function or something without a mask, refusing to do so, you know, without other people starting to go, yeah, you know, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. I know, it's going to go away, don't worry. When you get the vaccine, it'll go away. So just get that done, and it definitely won't kill a bunch of fucking people. That vaccine that's been rushed, supposedly in 7 months, even though it's been sitting on a shelf for fucking years, waiting to get in that fucking body of yours. Oh, yeah. Go capitulate to it, you'll be safe, and then you get back to normal. And then what? You know, you can go to a concert, and you get a green check mark on your phone, you get a little yellow fucking bracelet. I'm immune! I'm immune! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! You know, like that fucking movie. Oh my God, people, wake the fuck up, man. So I'm gonna start doing these a little more. I like walking through here when it's not blazingly hot. So of course, you know, I did take a break a little bit through the summer, and then my kids' sporting seasons, I was enjoying themselves being fucking children. So I give no apologies for that to anyone. But now I'll be making these here and there while I'm trying to build something better. Still taking Mark's class. Still have a lot of software to buy to get it running, but doing nothing in the interim to me just isn't me. So, you know, doing things in the world to keep my son's football going and you know, talking to people there in person about all of this has been a priority of mine over the past month or so too. Same with, you know, my daughter's crowd. Well, they're all wearing their fucking diapers. And I'm getting the stare downs from people for not. But, you know, my daughter still has a little bit of her season left because she started later, but my son's, of course, is finished probably forever. But, you know, I plan to continue to make these and try to get people to not only add a little humor and see how comical this fucking is, but to really start to build the courage inside of themselves to go, wait, if this is fucking bullshit, you know, enough is a fucking enough. And to get behind the real issue, not left versus right, Trump versus Biden, one form of slower totalitarian tiptoe tyranny for a more fast-paced one, so we can get, some kind of military presence on the street after they cause the chaos, which is the plan. Why feed into that when you know that's what it is, you know? These are the things that I would try to communicate as I do in real life, as I do on here, as I do every fucking day, and anybody fucking that will listen. And in the interim, try to build a program, a show, a better platform to deliver my personality with all this bullshit that goes on. You know, I'm really not trying to, be another channel that says the same damn things everybody the fuck else says, you know what I mean? Of course, referring to these things are important, but delivering it in my own special way with a looking at you like, are you fucking kidding me? Come the fuck on, man, you know, without trying to be this, so-called journalist or activist, or all these names we give ourselves. I'm just a fucking dude that sees what's going on here, knows it's fucking ridiculous, won't give up his own freedom, don't want you to give up your freedom, and we need us to actually come together in the understanding of what truth is, what rights are, what morality is, what the difference between right and wrong are, causing harm, initiating physical harm to another person, which is what this is doing to everyone. To get people to kind of find their common sense somehow, just by some stupid thing I might say, or dumb joke I might make. This is what I will be putting together as I'm able to acquire more things to build a platform such as that. But in the interim, I'm not going to be doing nothing, so I'll be doing these. I'll be doing my walk and talks. I like it out here. I like speaking when I'm walking around, because people do fucking hear me, you know, when they walk by. A lot of them, used to want to stop and talk, now we're in a little bit more of a fear mode, so you get the the shuffle by, the how you doing, but whatever, man. I can't fucking do anything to change people other than try to influence them to be better by being that myself, by being free, by demonstrating what freedom is, by speaking my mind, by behaving in the world what I know I have the right to do and say to anyone or anywhere I wish, while respecting others' rights to want to run away from it. Not going to shut me up, though. So anyway, I've got a little bit more of a platform here so I can get back to my half-hour videos that I like to do. So this will be my first, and we'll run through the upcoming Dark Winter and Plandemic 2, the series, subtitled Dark Winter. As we did through the Plandemic 1, until they kick me off of here. I do have my BitChute up. I'll put this up to there as well. So each video I do from here out will go there. I'll try to put some of my other ones up there, but it takes so fucking long to process. However, if I continue to do a little bit here and there each day, they'll eventually get all up there. So bear with me on that. But in the interim, going forward, I will put everything on YouTube until they shut us all down, and of course back that up with BitChute, and then I will spread that out to other platforms such as Odyssey, Library, these kinds of places that we need to have a presence on, because mainstream's going bye-bye, and we need to start pulling people who give a fuck about the truth into an area where they can find it, because they're not going to find it by, Google freedom. Freedom, according to Wikipedia, was something that existed a long time ago that you don't really want. These are not the droids you're looking for. It's actually got a picture of Ben Kenobi going, these are not the droids you're looking for. So we're actually at that point by now. So, people need to start doing that. And, we'll keep going from here. Love you guys. Get learning, get speaking. It's good to be back.